Are there some fund managers that we should avoid, or we can transact business with any fund manager who is licensed by the Capital Market Authority? In this particular video, we are going to mention some fund managers that might not be the best option for you to transact business with currently. I'm not saying that these fund managers are bad, but they might not be the best currently based on the data that was recently released by the Capital Market Authority. Welcome to Finance Focus with Andrew, a platform where we engage in conversation that endeavor to enhance our financial literacy. In case you are coming across this channel for the first time, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that you get notified anytime you get to post a new financial tip. Now, it is said that data is not important in itself, but it is what you do with that data that make it important. The Capital Market Authority recently released the Q2 Corrective Investment Schemes report, and I want us to make some insights out of that data. And one of the insights that I want us to make, it is the fund managers that are not growing, and in fact, their assets under management are shrinking. So for me, it is an implication that investors are moving from those fund managers. It is mean that investors are withdrawing their assets from those fund managers. And why would you run to a fund manager where people are running from? That is why I'm saying they might not be the best fund managers currently. And if you have to join one of them, you might need to do a deeper due diligence, maybe to understand why their books are shrinking, maybe to understand why investors are running from them. So you can join them, but ensure that you do some due diligence as to why their books are shrinking, as to why investors are running from them. We are comparing data for Q1 2025 and Q2 2025, and I have picked out the fund managers that saw a shrinking or a decline in their asset under management. And number one is Africa Unit Trust. By the end of March 31st, 2025, they had an asset under management of 2.756 billion, but on June they were managing assets worth 2.698 billion. That is a 2% decrease. Have it in mind that in April, around date 14, NSSF eliminated Old Mutual, Sunram, and CIC from their fund managers and gave the business to African Alliance, Gen Africa, and Corp Trust. Then we have the same Gen Africa reporting a decline in their business despite them getting a share or more business from NSSF. So if you want to join Gen Africa Unit Trust for any of their corrective investment scheme, ensure you do a deeper due diligence to understand why they shrinked. Investors are moving from them despite getting a big ticket from NSSF. Number two is Gain His Capital, 626M, and at June 31st, and as at June 30th, they were at 607 billion, a decrease of 3%. Remember, this is the same fund manager who was together with Safaricom owning the Mali Money Market Fund that had some issues. So that might have contributed to the decrease. So in case you want to join Gain His Capital, do some due diligence. Now, equity investment 117 million to 115 million. Again, a decrease of 2%. We go to Amana Unit Trust. They were managing 28 million as at 31st March, but by the end of June 30th, they were managing 27 million, a decrease of 2%. Then we have another unit trust here known as Wanafunzi Fixed Income Funds. I don't know whether it is meant for students. As at 31st March, they were managing 923 million, but by the end of June, they were managing 907 million. Again, a decrease of 2%. Now, I hope you get my point. I'm not saying that these fund managers are bad or you should not join them, but you should know that their books are shrinking, and that is an implication that investors are moving away from them. Investors are withdrawing their funds. So something might not be working so well with those fund managers, and if you must join them, make sure you do enough due diligence to understand the reason as to why this is happening. Now, I have based my insight on data. So in case I have mentioned your fund manager, don't give an emotional response. Ensure that you base your response with data. See you in the comment section.